In the previous video in this series, we saw a completed document package in action. We went through the process of uh, initiating an assembly of multiple documents through a single interview process. In this video and the videos that follow in this series, we're going to recreate that document package so you get an idea of what that entails. Let me just preface everything here by saying what we're about to do represents what we consider to be a standard or typical way of setting up a document package. There are some variations or different permutations of the document package concept within HotDocs. And as we hit certain points in what we're about to do in this series, I will point out those variations and things that you might do as an alternative to what we're doing here, because that might better fit your particular situation or how you've already set up your templates. So with that in mind, we'll go ahead and get started. The first step here in creating a document package is to create a document package item in the interview. That's what you'll be selecting to go through the document package process going forward. So currently my library just has references or shortcuts to 3 individual templates. I want to create an item in the library now for a document package. So that will be the item that I use to produce multiple documents from a single interview process. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the Add Item button to do this. Because these templates have been set up to use what we call a shared component file, or sometimes we refer to that as a master component file. In other words, we have multiple templates using components within a single component file. They're all pointing, in other words, to that shared or master component file. That's how these templates have been set up. Your templates might be set up differently. Maybe you're not using a shared or master component file, in which case you would be clicking on the New Template button here to create what we call an interview template. That would be the first step in your scenario or your situation, if that's more appropriate. Because we've already got a component file that can serve as what we call the interview template. I'm going to go ahead and click on this Add Item button. And then what I'm going to do is switch my type here from text template to what we call interview template. By the way, anytime you see interview template in the Add Item dialog like this, or when you click on the New Template button and you select the type of template that you want to create and you see interview template, there at the bottom of that particular list, all that means is that you are creating an item in the library that points directly to a component file, as opposed to the Word portion of a template, as we would typically do. So what I'm going to do now with interview template set up as my type, when I click on this Browse button, I'm going to go ahead and select, and you can see, by the way, just component files listed here because I've indicated that I want to create an item for an interview template. I'm going to select the shared or master component file, the one that I'm using for all of the templates that I currently have referenced in the library. Happens to be called master.cmp. Okay, so whatever the shared component file is at this point, that's what you want to use to create this document package item in the library. Now, because this has been set up with the name master.cmp, and because the title of that component file, presumably when it was created, was called master, what we may want to do in this situation, just to make it clear in the library what this item is designed to do, is change this, if need be, to something like state planning document package. So I have the words document package here in the title so that it should be clear to anybody looking at the library going forward what this particular item is designed to do, what its core function is. You could, of course, add a description here if you feel so inclined, but otherwise, at this point, you can click on OK, and that creates an item in the library. Notice that the icon associated with that item is a little bit different than the icons associated with conventional template references or shortcuts. That's because this is an item that points directly to a component file. So going forward, if we were to click on Assemble, we would be accessing directly that component file. And in the next video in the series, we'll talk about what we need to do to set up the actual interview process associated with this document package.